Sadora Mark asked me to do a video on talent. I have very mixed feelings on talent. So I think talent exists, but I don't think it's as big of a deal as people hold it up to be, I guess. Basically, my thoughts on it are some people have brains that are a bit better set up to learn art skills. However, I also don't think that if you're not talented, say growing up with art, you can still learn the skill, because everything that goes into art is a skill that anyone can learn, even if there are barriers in your way. And I think talent is a mix of kind of how your brain works and your circumstances, where you are in life and how you grew up. So I guess I'll get into that a little bit. So the way I used to look at talent is people are either talented and they're really good at art really quick and really early in their lives, or they're not talented and they'll never be good at art. And I think that's really silly. Because like I said, art, everything that goes into art is a skill. Anyone can learn it. What the heck even is talent? How the heck do you define this? Because is talent your level of creativity? Is talent how fast you grow in skill? Anyways. So the way I've kind of defined talent is I guess how fast you can gain the skill and how instinctually you kind of internalize everything that goes into art. So some people draw amazingly well when they're kids, and I think that's talent, because a kid who doesn't know anything about the fundamentals of art, but who can still make really, really great work. I think that's talent, because there's something in their brain that's allowing them to pick up the art skills easier and faster than, say, all their peers. The same way that some people can, say, pick up an instrument and, learn it super quickly compared to others who have to work a little harder. And I think interest plays a huge role in this. If you're a kid who's interested in pursuing art, you're gonna work at it harder. Because, kids, their brains are really set up to, learn things and just, sponge up knowledge super quickly. That's why kids can, pick up an iPad and figure out how to use it when they're, 5, whereas someone who's, 60 might have more difficult figuring it out. So a kid who's interested in learning art is gonna seek out opportunities to work on their art and to learn more things. And I think that'll contribute to picking things up super quick when you're a kid. Also along the lines of how your brain is set up to learn art stuff, there are some people where I've talked to, friends of mine, who've said when trying to draw what I see and draw from life, especially with anatomy, they're I don't get it. I study and I draw what I see and I do everything according to what people are telling me to, and I still just can't get it. I don't understand how to draw this anatomy. Is it because their brain isn't set up to do that as well as, say, someone else? Why do some people pick up observation and drawing what they see super quickly and some people don't? Is it due to how their brain's set up? Or have they just not been taught in the right way? And your circumstances play a huge role into, talent. Because, if you're like me, I had super supportive parents growing up. And, my mom was an artist, my dad's a musician, they both love writing and reading, they were super supportive. They gave me lots of opportunities to, pursue art, which I think contributed to my, I guess, talent as an artist growing up. Because, some of my earliest memories are of my mom, when I was 4 or 5, drawing me cute little comics of Pokemon and stuff, doing funny things. And when I told my dad oh, I want to be an artist, he handed me a stack of art books. So I was exposed to art and comics really early in my life, which I think contributed to having a deeper understanding of it. Whereas someone who's not exposed to all that stuff, who doesn't have, say, artist parents or supportive parents who want them to become an artist, it can be really hard to find that opportunity to study stuff when you're young and you're picking up all these skills really effectively. However, on the flip side, I was exposed to a lot of music growing up because my dad's a musician, my mom loved music. I was given music classes and stuff, but I had no interest in it. I never pursued it. I'm tone deaf. And yeah, so I'm not a talented musician, even though I was exposed to so much of it. So how much do circumstances contribute or is it all in your brain? Or I think it's all really debatable. Because for me, I can look at, my art career and be oh, I was exposed to lots of art stuff. Of course I'm talented at it because I did it a lot as a kid. But there are people who don't have parents who are supportive, who draw in secret, and become amazing talented artists, even though, they didn't have all the opportunities that, say, I had growing up. So you can see how, like, the nature versus nurture stuff is really debatable. And like I said earlier in this video, like, I think how you define talent can be super subjective. Because, like, for me, I've always thought of talent as, like, people who can make really great art without having, like, any training beforehand, or, like, who gain skill super quickly. Whereas, like, you could look at talent as, like, someone who has, like, geniusly creative ideas and who can execute work in a really interesting, original way. And I guess this all leads me to my main point about talent, which is don't worry about if you're talented or not. Talent is super subjective, and you can't control if you're talented or not. Some people will think you're talented and some people won't. You can talk to anyone and, like, someone will say, like, oh, your artwork is super amazing, you're so talented, and someone else will look at your work and go, like, oh, this is so clumsy and weird. And either way, you can't control it. Don't worry about it. What you can control is just learning art, working on the skills. You know, there's so much opportunity out there right now where you can just go on YouTube and find, like, amazing resources and workshops and classes that'll teach you all these skills that you need to become a great artist. And it's all for free. It's all online. Don't worry about if you're talented or not. Just keep working on your craft. You're going to be an amazing artist. Don't worry yourself about talent. That's all I can say. See, I came from this really weird position where growing up, I was always told, like, oh, you're such a talented artist. Oh, you're an amazing artist. Which I guess is, like, a place of privilege growing up. But when I got into high school and I went to this, like, art program, at the beginning of the program, because it was, like, 4 years of high school, right? At the beginning, I was told, like, oh, you're so talented. Oh, you're so great. And then as it went along, everyone else kind of, like, their skill went past mine. Because they were focusing on the fundamentals, where I kind of got lazy because I was like, I'm a good artist, I'll figure this out eventually, I don't need to work hard on it. And my artwork really suffered for it. Where a lot of people who maybe wouldn't have been called, like, talented when they first started got super talented and super amazing. So there you go. So I had to get off my high horse of being this talented artist and realize that, like, talent doesn't really matter, I guess. You know, the end results and, like, what you learn and how you're working on it counts more. So there you go. I hope that gives you hope. If you've ever been told that your art is crappy and you felt really bad about it and feel like you're not talented, it doesn't matter, because you can surpass those snooty talented bunnies or whatever they are. Okay. Alrighty. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions or if you'd like to request a video topic, please leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!